Good day, everyone. I am from Group 4. Our information is all about theater.
Theater is collaborative form of performing art that use live performers, usual actor or actress, to present the experience of a real or image event before a live. Theater is a specific place often a stage that performers may communicate the experience to the audience through communication of gesture, speech, song, music, and dance. Elements of art such as painting, scenery, and stage love, such as lighting, are using enhanced physicality, presence, and immediacy of the experience. Modern Western theaters comes in the large measure from the theater of ancient Greece, from its technically terminology, classification in genres, and many of its themes, stocks characters, and plot elements. Theaters, artists, Pantrace Pabis defines theatricality, language, stage writing, and the specific of theater as a synonymous expression that different theater from the other performing arts, literature, and the arts in general. Modern theater includes performer of play and musical theater. The art form of ballet and opera are also theater are used many convention as acting, costume, and staging.
A theater is a type of place where a play or performance can be performed by a group of performers or by a single artist for an audience in one crowd. Performing in theater needs to be entertaining, eye-catching, and creative to capture audience attention. Theater takes forms such as musicals, dances, role plays, operas, illusion, and documentary. Musical is a type of theater performance or act in which the performers communicate through songs or sometimes with dancing, while role-playing takes place in a small groups with each actor assigned to a certain role or character. For the duration of the performance, you will play this role character. Role-playing also includes a specified scenario in which the various characters will interact. And for the opera, it is a dramatic performance which the singers and the musicians will perform a dramatic act involving the text and soundtrack. Opera incorporates many elements including acting, staging, and costumes as well as dance.
Now that we know the meaning and the type of performance we can do in theater, we would like to inform you what is the first play performed in Philippine theater. According to our sources, Teatrong Mulat is a theater group that presents plays with actors and puppets based on Philippine and Asian folk tales. Teatrong Mulat was founded by Professor Amelia La Peña Bonifacio in 1977. Mulat means to open or to awaken, hence a theater to awaken the children to the beauty and richness of Philippine culture. Teatrong Mulat is also recognized as one of the official performing groups of UP. This group was the first play performed at the Philippine Theater and became known for the Philippines' first full-length musical puppet play called Abadeha, Ang Ating Cinderella in 1977 with music by Professor Felipe de Leon Jr. This play was a Filipino version of Cinderella where Abadeha wept and prayed she saw a beautiful woman bathed in radiant light who appeared to take her worries away. The set of the play is in the exotic islands of the Philippines. This tale captures the mystical charms of the indigenous culture of the Filipinos. Colorful images of pre-colonial Philippine scenes, costumes, architectures, and folkways vividly enhance the enchanting narratives.
What is the most famous theater here in the Philippines? The most famous theater here is Tanghal Filipino. Since its founding in 1987, it has been the leading exponent of Philippine theater and the resident theater company of Cultural Center of the Philippines. Over the course of more than 30 theater seasons, it has produced hundreds of performances, collecting numerous awards and citations, while maintaining one of the highest attendance figures among the CCP's residence company. It located in Pasay City, Metro Manila, and the founder of Tanghal Filipino is Mr. Nonan Padilla. Here are some of awards they received. At 12 Gawad Buhay Awards, Outstanding Original Score, Fritz Bitana, Genderlyn Torres, and LJ Castro del Doc, Lamang. Outstanding Musical Direction, Daniel Bartolome, Passion, TJ Ramos, Lamang. That's not the only award they receive at that awarding show. They actually received 11 awards in total.
The first grand opening of the Manila Metropolitan Theater was held in October 1931. Juan M. Arellano became an architect of the building. After World War I, that made people know grief, everyone wanted to feel a sense of holiday, freedom of desires, and have a little less of opportunities. Construction of the Metropolitan Theater became a kind of psychological reaction to liberation from austere living that prevailed during the years of the war. And however, the triumph of peace and holiday did not last long. In 1945, during the Battle of Manila, the building of the theater was significantly damaged. Some parts of the roof and walls were ruined after the war. Americans made a reconstruction of the theater. Then again, the theater was neglected. In 1978, the building was restored again. However, the theater was still abandoned. In 2010, the National Commission for Cultural and the Arts and the Manila City Administration developed a project on the theater revival. The restoration works were done once again. This time, a grand opening of the Manila Metropolitan Theater was held.
How many theater here in the Philippines? There are a lot of theater here in the Philippines. The famous ones are Tanghalang Pambansa. The Tanghalang Pambansa, in English, National Theater. Formerly Theater of Performing Arts, is a theater located in the Cultural Center of the Philippines complex in Manila. Next is Newport Performing Arts Theater. At the center of Resorts World Manila is the Newport Performing Arts Theater, a majestic venue for concerts, plays, musicals, exclusive productions, and more. Next is Meralco Theater. The Meralco Theater was inaugurated on March 22, 1969. It was designed by Filipino architect Jose Maria Zaragoza and formed a lot of the larger Meralco building which was completed a little earlier. Next is Aliw Theater. The Aliw Theater was built in 2002 as a gift of businessman Fred J. Elizalde to his ballerina wife Lisa Macueja Elizalde. Dolby Theater. Dolby Theater, formerly ABS Studio 1, is a proscenium theater adjacent in the ABS-CBN studios in Quezon City. And there are a lot of groups theater in the Philippines too. And these are the famous groups in the Philippines. First is Gantimpala Theater Foundation. Gantimpala Theater is one of the country's most well-known theaters. The four classics, Florante at Laura, Cancer, Ibong Adarn, and El Filibusterismo, plays based on the works of national artists for theater and literature, and unique Filipino musical by engine playwrights based on popular fairy tales and Pinoy mythology are all part of the manual performance season. Next is Philippine Educational Theater Association, PETA. Founded in 1967 by Cecil Guidote Alvarez, the Philippine Educational Association is an organization of creative and critical artists, teachers, cultural workers committed to artistic excellence and a Filipino culture that fosters both personal fulfillment and social information. Next is Trumpets. Trumpets in Association is Asia's first professional gospel theater group, and over its 20 years of existence has transformed the gospel message into fun, funky yet high-performance production. The last one is Dulaang Universidad ng Pilipinas. Dulaang UP, established in 1976 by Tommy Mabesa. Dulaang UP is the country's premier academic theater organization.